Love, loss, betrayal, or a long-lasting grudge, any of these can give birth to sheer anger and rage, and when it's beautifully animated with emotion, there's going to be no scene more epic than that. The sheer rush of adrenaline, the hype of the moment, the sadness of seeing our character lose one of his or her loved ones. These are the things we look for in a rage scene. So today, we decided to compile the best anime rage scenes that happened in recent anime. Before moving, if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Without waiting, let's get started. Bam, Rage, Tower of God, Episode 5. Kicking off our list at number 10, we have the rage scene of Bam from the 5th episode of Tower of God. The sole reason why Bam climbed the tower was to find Rachel, so we can't blame him when his emotions run wild as he witnessed her getting hurt. Back in the first arc of the first story of the competitors in the Crown game attacks Rachel, who was protecting Bam, and this results in Bam exploding with power of Shinsu. From the beginning of the anime, it was shown that Bam has a hidden power within him, but this was the first time it was shown, and this made the audience realize that there was much more to this silent and naive boy despite what they imagined. Number 9, Coma Rage, Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress movie. At number 9, we have the rage of Ikoma in Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress movie. Even though the original TV series didn't take its time to establish a relationship between Ikoma and Mume, the movie gave plenty of time to see their relationship blossom. And of course, with every blossoming relationship comes tragedy. When Ikoma finds out Mumen is being captured, he eventually has to confront one of the strongest zombie Kabaneri in the world. His failure to protect Mumen combines with his own anger only to make him more stronger and mindless. He transforms into a Kabaneri with a massive strength and right in front of Mumen proceeds to overpower his attacker. This scene, with all its glory, managed to show the hidden potential. Lagoshi Rage, Beastars, Episode 10. At number 8, we have the rage of Lagoshi in the 10th episode of Beastars. It may be animals, but they feel the rage the same as us. And that was the whole point that anime Beastars was trying to convey through this scene. After Haru is kidnapped and the rest of the animals remain dubious about whether or not to rescue her, it is Lagoshi and his crazy panda friend that finally decide to step up for the job. Lagoshi has developed a long crush for Haru, and seeing her treated like a prostitute made him madder than he could ever be. The result was what transformed into a murderous wolf with bloodlust as he proceeds to brutally hurt each of his enemies. Love gives birth to many emotions, and that includes rage as well. Number 7, Goblin Slayer Rage, Goblin Slayer, Episode 4. Coming up at number 7, we have the Rage of Goblin Slayer in the 4th episode of the series. The Goblin Slayer was an anime with many ups and downs, but one thing we should praise is its direct and epic portrayal of scenes like the Rage of the Goblin Slayer. The Goblin Slayer managed to triumph every fight he had with his sword and skill, but as he and his group met a large goblin, the tables were turned. they were at the mercy of the horde of the goblins. All was about to be lost, but the Goblin Slayer got flashbacks of what the creatures had done to him and his own failure to protect what he loved and wished for. This made him go mad with rage before taking on the larger goblin alone and ended up killing him. Yakima Rage, Dororo, Episode 6. At number 6 we have the rage scene of Yakimaru from the 6th episode of Dororo. He might be blind, he may be deaf, but that doesn't mean he feels emotions any less. To be honest, this was one of the most emotional moments in the anime. Dororo and Yakimaru arrive at the village to see Mio dead at the hands of the soldiers, and witnessing the brutal actions of the people, Yakimaru flies into a rage, killing every soldier in a murderous frenzy. It was the love he had to Mio that led him to this rage, and as he witnessed his death, his anger awoke within him. Then, he showed us that he has an angry and emotional side to him like
Aniki.
Berserkers Rage, Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Feel, movie. Coming up at number 5, we have the rage of Berserker in the second Heaven's Feel Lost Butterfly movie. Berserker wasn't everyone's favorite servant at first, but this was the scene that managed to show us the potential of this reincarnated Hercules. As Saber Alter throws more and more of her Excalibur attacks, Berserker's rage and anger deepens in his attacks, get more extreme and violent. Not to mention that he has 9 lives, so each time Saber Alter kills him, he awakes in a much more powerful form than the rest, and with each awakening he grows more madder. We should also give credits to the amazing animation of Ufotable that combines CGI with gorgeous effects and visuals to show the true beauty. Naofumi Rage, Rising of the Shield Hero, Episode 11. Next up at number 4, we have the rage scene of Naofumi from the 11th episode of Rising of the Shield Hero. Naofumi has been angry more times than we can count, especially due to his own twists fate pulls at him. But the time he went to the extreme was when he witnessed the death of Philo. It was the last thing he needed to snap, and this gave him the access to the Rage Shield. All the emotions he had been suppressing were released, and Naofumi went completely mad with anger. This also heightened his power and allowed him to defeat the dragon in a few hits. Rather than the physical prowess it gave him, what matters is the emotion he felt and the pain he felt of losing everything. Levi Rage, Attack on Titan, Episode 17. At number 3, we have the rage of Levi in the 17th episode of Attack on Titan Season 3. When you hear the name Levi, you already know he's up to something fierce, right? But one thing his opponents shouldn't do is to make him mad. But one thing that drove him to the edge was the death of Erwin Smith at the hands of the Beast Titan. Erwin was his best friend and also his indirect mentor, so his death put a heavy toll on him, and once faced with a massive titan, he managed to slash its skin and legs apart before finally attacking his nape. Zeke Yeager, the owner of the Beast Titan, was already warned by Reinar on how powerful Levi was, and we're glad he proved that it was true. Mob Rage, Mob Psycho, Episode 8. Next up at number 2, we have the rage of Mob in the 8th episode of Mob Psycho. It's always a good thing not to anger any overpowered characters in an anime, but Koyama being half-brained like the rest of his goons awakens Mob's anger and then gets the results of it. Mob and his brother had a very emotional bond, and the last thing he needed to see was his brother getting hurt. Koyama attacking his brother drives him mad, and this awakens the hidden power within him, and what results is a destructive battle that nearly destroys a whole building. The Mob Psycho anime likes to explicitly exaggerate power levels through numbers, and with this scene, it managed to solve the curiosity of us by showing what Mob was like when his power was at 100%.
俺が手をつかされた。なんか気に。全集中。生成ルテン。少し厄介だな。
Tanjiro Rage, Demon Slayer, Episode 19. Coming at the top on our list, we have the rage of Tanjiro in episode 19 of Demon Slayer. How can we ignore this when we're talking about recent anime rage scenes? This scene was one of the most discussed sequences in anime forums and was the reason Demon Slayer got the popularity it has now. Tanjiro feels this rage in his fight with Rui. Seeing his sister being hurt combined with flashbacks of his lost family gives him the strength to defeat the demon boy with his own power. Nezuko, with her own awakening, lends Tanjiro her strength, and together, the two siblings manage to take down one of the strongest demons they have even encountered. As usual, Ufotable mind-blowing animation and the dazzling soundtrack only added more hype to this scene. So what did you think of our list? Let us know what your favorite anime rage scene is in the comments section below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification to be updated. We'll see you in our next video, anime fans!